Today I'm going to show you how to tie-dye a t-shirt. Tie-dyeing is a really fun thing that you can do, and it helps to spice up a t-shirt that you have laying around. It can be any shirt. The most traditional one is known as a white shirt, but I'm using a pink. Feel free to use whatever you have lying around. So to begin, you're going to want to put on an apron of some sort, or just like an old shirt, or smock, or whatever you have. Make sure you tie that so you don't ruin your clothes. Okay. Then you're going to want to set up your workspace. I'm just using a trash bag to collect the dye that falls off. You can use a piece of plastic or newspaper or whatever. Then you're going to want to put on gloves because dye stains your hands. So, just put on the gloves. So take your t-shirt. There's different techniques of tie-dyeing. You have the bullseye, the stripe one, the fade, ombre. But today I'm going to do a swirl. And swirls turn out like this. Or also like this. This one's just with different colors. So yeah. Before you start to dye, you want to set up your dye. So just take off the little tops. Today I will not use red since my shirt is pink. I mean, just use whatever colors you want. When you go to buy, you can buy literally every color. So I'm going to use dark blue and some light blue. So the directions call for warm water, but you can also use just room temperature water. That's totally fine. And you're just going to want to fill it up a little bit to the line. And if you want your dye to be more bright or more darker, you use less water. And if you want it to be lighter, use a whole bunch of water, and it will be really washed out. So yeah, and you just want to shake it really well. Make sure you get it all. I'm just going to use dark blue today. So yeah, set this to the side. Okay, and then so your next step into actually folding the shirt, and like I said, we're doing a swirl. So wherever you want your swirl to start, that's where you need to put your hands like this, like whoop. So I want mine to just be right in the middle, so I'm going to actually swirl it right there. Then it's going to look something like this, and that's all right. That's how it's supposed to look. Just take your sides and kind of mush them down. Then you're going to want to take your rubber bands and begin actually placing them on the shirt. So I like to just do the normal one this way, vertical, and then one horizontally. So that's just 2 on there, crossed like that. I'm going to add a little extra one. And you're going to want it to be a little tight just to make sure that you still have some color under it and that you don't make your shirt look really muddy. And that's all the rubber bands I'm actually going to use. That seems like a good amount. So now the fun part begins where you actually put your dye on the shirt. So shake it up one more time. Alright. And see, the dye gets everywhere. That's why it's good to have a clean cloth. Okay. So then you're just going to want to take it and put it wherever you like. That's the fun part about tie-dyeing, is that you can just be creative with it and you can put the dye wherever you'd like, and it just turns out as a shirt, you know? So I'm going to put it just all in there. And the type of fabric shirts does not really matter. Cotton is the best. It absorbs the most dye, but whatever you have is just what you have. So yeah, just put it in the flaps. I personally like to put it next to the rubber bands, just because it makes it look a little better. So after you put all the dye that you that's all I'm going to do for today for this shirt. After that, you're just going to want to take your shirt, and you can even use the Walmart bag that you purchased everything in. You're going to put the shirt in the bag, just wrap it up, and for the best results, you want it to sit for 6 to 8 hours. And after the 6 to 8 hours passes, you can wash it out and just make sure that your water rinse is clear. And after the water rinse is clear, you're good to go. Dry the shirt and wear it the next day. So thank you all. I hope that you can spice up some old shirts that you have lying around.